Welcome to class, everyone. I'm Dr. Schmidt, and I look forward to working with each of you. This class is going to focus on the foundation that you need for your DMP project. You're going to develop a purpose statement, a problem statement, and your practice-based question for your DMP project. You're also going to complete an initial draft of some of the key components of your DMP proposal. Now, the more time and effort you put into writing this draft, the much better time you're going to have when it comes to actually sitting down and preparing your defense proposal. So time and effort is really important. So during this little video that I have for you, I'd like to just kind of go through the class website just so that you're familiar with what's on there and some of the things that I feel are most important. So the first thing I want to just point out to you is the course syllabus. You know that with every class you have a course syllabus, and in this class you're going to see the learning outcomes for the course and also the practice experiences. Make sure you see the learning outcomes and you read them because you're going to need those later. Also, look at the required text and be sure that you have those, review your articles, and then there's also information on course activities like the weekly assignments. You'll also get information as time goes on about a mandatory meeting on May 7th, and that will be to discuss your project and also ask questions about your project. But there is more information on that in the DMP Student and Faculty Lounge, and you'll also have an announcement about that as time comes a little bit closer from Dr. Skowski. In week 7, there's a required methodology checklist that you have to complete. There is a final project, and then there's required practice experiences. And for this class, you are required to have 90 hours of clinical practice, or of the practice experiences. You can see the DMP practice experience requirements quick start guide under the required PE documents for further information on that. And one thing I do want to mention is to be sure you keep a copy of your practice experiences after you submit the JOT form, because you will not be able to retrieve that document later if you should need it. Now, moving along, I do want to mention a little bit about the assignment rubrics. I do encourage all of you to print them and then follow them very closely, because I will use those rubrics for grading all of the project assignments, or the weekly assignments, and then the final project assignment. So be sure to follow that rubric for the assignment that you are completing at the time. And then grade calculations will also be found in the syllabus, so you do want to be sure that you're aware of what those are, because you also must pass the practice experience and also in order to pass this course. Next on the website is the college syllabus, and if you look under the college syllabus, you'll find all of the college policies, including important policies on plagiarism, self-plagiarism, and also the unauthorized use of AI, among some other topics. The course expectations are listed there, and as a reminder, our class does run from Monday, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and ends on Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please be sure that you're familiar with those class times so that you get your assignments posted on time. Remember, you do need to post twice a week, and all that is in your rubric, but I just want to point that out. Your initial post is to be completed by Wednesday, and posting early really does help to enhance any of the conversations that occur during class. You want to answer any questions that are asked of you, either by myself or your peers. And remember, there is a required word count, and look at your rubric for that. If you answer a question that I may ask, or sometimes I'll post a question just for feedback to start a discussion or to get some thoughts, that does not count as your second post. So please be aware of that. I do encourage you to answer those questions just because it helps with learning, but it is not counted as your second post. And I don't require for the questions that I ask in the discussion for you to go and do a reference or anything like that. It's just conversation. And last for this section is see the grading policy and this discussion rubric for any other questions. The next thing on the website are the practice experiences link. And this does go into detail as to what is actually required and the due dates for practice experiences. So take a look at that link. The next link are the required PE documents. And this is an important link because this is where you're going to find that practice experience guide. You're going to find your DMP quick start guide and your practice experience record. The one thing I want to mention about this practice experience record is page 2, which is the reflection page. Please read the directions for completing that. You will see that you'll have to select one of your course outcomes. Remember, I mentioned earlier, know your course outcomes. You have to select one course outcome and then write 2 to 3 paragraphs on how your practice experience relates to that course outcome in helping you with your professional learning and also your nursing practice. And also in that document, you'll see that there's other forms that you may be interested in too. The next link on the website is the Nursing Presentation Hall. And I would really encourage you to explore that link for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's part of the course's practice experience, but you're going to find some DMP proposals and DMP projects in that area, and that's really going to help you to develop and to refine your projects. Next on the website is the link for announcements, and I will send out class updates as needed. There's also a link for the course help. And I encourage you to use this. If you're having difficulty with a question, maybe difficulty with a form or an assignment, you can post your concern there, and then anyone can answer. I will monitor this too, but sometimes if I've already been online for the day and you're trying to get something done and you have another peer who's online, they can help you with your answer. Next, after you see the course help, you'll see the modules, and the modules are where you're going to find your weekly assignments, your discussion questions, and then information on your project. So I think this is more than enough information for right now. Look at these documents. Let me know if you have any questions, and I really look forward to working with all of you during these next 8 weeks. So have a great week.